Episode 250 coming right up. We got John from Next World, supposedly. Got to go hunt him down. We got Mass Chef with some disappointing news from the Upland Racing League and so many more shenanigans. Stay tuned.
Shenanigans. The UPX Podcast with the property expert. If it's happening in Upland, it's the place you want to check first. With your host who's stupid to win and thank me later. Bringing the strategy, news, and cool charts with all the data. This is Upland, where the metaverse goes down. Genesis, San Fran, to Rio, and all around. Don't miss a week, you never know what they'll say next. It's the Upland Property Experts, baby, UPX.
Welcome to the Upland Property Experts Podcast. I'm your host, Too Stupid to Win, and as always, joined by ThankMeLater. How we doing, brother?
What up? Man, he better join quick. Our backstage is filling up.
I see that. It was bloop, 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 just jumping on in.
Yeah, Rodrigo in the house. I haven't seen Dizzy in a fat minute. What up, Daddy D? Shack of Lack. We got Boulder.
Welcome to episode 250.
It feels like it. I mean, feels monumentous. 250.
Yeah.
Well, again, I was trying before that, like a quarter of a century is 25, quarter of a millennium is 250, but that's years. I guess you just call it a grand, quarter of a grand, quarter grand.
There you go, quarter grand.
Quarter grand. Boy, JT was backstage as well, but I don't know.
He kept popping in and out. I don't know. Max Life. What's going on? Missed you on the live draft. I know I kind of popped it in the last minute. He made the last two. And where were you for the live draft? We were streaming.
Yeah, I might have had one too many pizza slices.
Oh, okay.
And so I was not able to attend live. But
that's why you drafted Jason Burrow in the 4th round.
Whoa. I was going to draft him earlier, but I was like, that seems not prudent because I do want to do okay. And then I was like, why is nobody? So I don't understand. Because don't most of your points come from your quarterback? Aren't they like the highest point people?
Usually, but you have more quarterbacks that are closely bunched together point wise towards the end of the season. Running backs are your scarcity position, and then you have your different tier levels of wide receivers. So, and you only play one quarterback. Usually people will take a strategy to stock up on some of the skill position. But you do have a tier of quarterbacks that you can take, 2nd, 3rd, 4th round, depending on how you planned it out. So there's technically nothing wrong with it, but Joe Burrow wasn't in that tier.
You don't know. He's going to be on fire. I drafted him. That means this is his year. My boy Jay Burrow is a quarterback of episodes. A quarterback. That's funny. No, Jay Burrow and my boy Travis Kelce. Got to get him. He was draft 1. Snatched him up. Because of the snatch he's snatching up. You know what I'm saying?
But they're going to break up. The contract was leaked. The 28th of this month, they're done.
I heard. I did see that. You know, it's so weird. I saw like one random. I really hate social media, and I try to avoid it at all costs, honestly. And like that came up in my feed. Most of my feed is like alien conspiracies, AI, Terrence Howard on Joe Rogan. I guess like 90% of my feed. And then somebody's like, contract leak. And I was like, what? They better not. But it was hilarious. They did a little bit of like, he was impersonating. Oh, man, it was off the rails. You know what? I got to see if I can find it. I'll send it to you. It was hilarious. It was like somebody's impersonating Travis Kelce. He's like, I need that. You know what? I can't do it because it's.
Oh, I saw that one. It was a guy wearing. Yeah.
I was dying. I was like, oh, He's like, I'm from Cleveland. I was like, I didn't know he was even from Cleveland too.
Yeah, he's from Cleveland Heights, not the same.
Oh, Cleveland Heights, not the same. Wait, is it still in Ohio?
It is in Ohio. It's close. It's closer to Cleveland than I am.
Okay. No. I don't know if it's real, if it's fake. I believe it. I don't know. I liked it. It's entertaining.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see on the 28th. I mean, they have to like change it. Like, that's gonna say you're like, I thought I was done with this.
We're almost done. She's like, I still got to go to Kansas City. Oh,
they really did. Well, if Shaq says it's real, wait, they already broke up, or
she's at the game already. She's in Kansas City. Oh, they really made a cute couple. Oh, they made a cute couple.
Oh, they made a cute couple. That's what you said. Well, let's see how. Because he's on my fantasy. Like I said, he was my first draft. But he's not. What are they not throwing to him anymore?
Still the first quarter.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, we're in the red zone?
Yep.
Come on. Pass it to Kelsey. I need the points.
Nah.
I'm against Boulder. He's currently 60% chance winning. He's got Z Flowers. That's a fun name.
Well, it helps if you put Kelsey in your lineup to get him points.
Whoa, he's on my lineup. Calm down now.
Oh.
Figured out how to do that.
Just saying.
All right, that's enough.
Nonsense.
All
right, let's go ahead and let's get Mass Chef in here, talk a little Upland Racing League. And Travis Kelsey was just holding. Penalty. That's -5 points for you.
Man.
What's going on, Mass?
Hey, what's happening, guys? How we doing?
Good. Yourself?
Oh, hanging in there, watching some football.
Yeah. I couldn't even.
It seems to be the thing to do right now.
I couldn't even bait him saying that he lost 5 points for the holding penalty. He just kind of roll with it. And he's like, whatever.
Yeah, right.
Did he? Wait, do I get negative points for that now?
No, you don't.
No.
Some leagues do, because like I've definitely seen negative points, like negative rushing yards. You get sack lunch.
Yeah. I lost by 0.02 points because of 2 kneel downs one year at an end of a game.
Ooh.
0.02, and it was because of the kneel downs.
Ooh.
That hurt.
Brutal.
Yeah, that's rough. Anyway, so let's talk some racing.
Like,
Absolutely.
Let's move this along. No.
Oh no, ninjas! You need to get it back in gear.
So this is the same leaderboard that we had the last time that I was on, and that's because we have yet to race again. We have not raced race 2 yet. We postponed when Upland did the update and basically wrecked racing. Yeah, it's pretty rough at the moment. Lots of bugs, lots of things going on. We have suspended the season indefinitely until the fixes get in there, and I know they're working on it. I've been in touch with everybody at Upland, trying to get things sorted out. I've been talking to X1 and Lizette and Carlos and everybody trying to figure out what's going on.
Those of us not, as connected to the racing world, what's going on?
So they did the update.
Wow.
And that would be my wife.
It's like that viral video where somebody comes in and grabs the kid out of the background.
Right. Anyway, so they did the update when the consumables hit, right? So they did a huge update, introduced the ability to use your consumables, which is a whole nother story. That's a whole another mess in itself. But what had happened was it created a whole lot of glitches and bugs in the system. and basically made it so racing is no longer fair in any way, shape, or form as it sits right now. So
And the fact that it's so random,
nope.
or
So there's a couple of very obvious bugs. The number one bug is if you are the leader of the race, you basically determine the outcome for every other driver, and there's no possible way to get overtaken as the leader. That's one bug because I can essentially just switch back and forth lanes and I can put you in a skid even if I'm halfway around the track.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's one major bug. Right.
it seems pretty
Um, yeah.
significant.
So the kilometers per hour also changed on every vehicle except for carts. Um, and somehow the one in that process, the 1E got so overpowered that I can take my 1E and whip stock car pros all day long. No problem.
Oh,
No
geez.
problem. Yeah, it's not a but yeah. So
So wait,
those
so racing is still happening in Upland then right now, right?
it is still happening. I don't know what's going on with the Upland Racing Series right now. The leaderboards haven't updated in at least 2 weeks that we know of. I have a snapshot of the last leaderboards that were there, um, but nothing significant has changed in quite some time. So I don't know if points are being tallied. I don't know really a whole lot about that side of it. Other than the fact that I know a lot of the URL Pro drivers are not racing, which is most of them that were on the leaderboard. The last snapshot I took, there was 7 of the Upland Racing League's drivers on the top of that championship leaderboard, among other boards as well. So
Yeah.
I don't really know what the situation is yet. We are still waiting on them to. I know that, like I said, I know that everybody is working really hard to try to work it out and get it figured out. Um, I, however, don't know why we just haven't done a rollback. It
That's
seems to me
exactly,
like
you read my
that
mind.
would
It's like,
be
Hmm.
the
does
yeah
not just why was this update not rolled back like
yeah
not necessarily immediately, but at this point, why not roll it?
yeah. I did pose that question. I really didn't get an answer to it. I don't know if they have the ability to roll back. At this point, it's been up for 2 weeks now, right? So I'm not sure what the situation is with that or how that kind of works on the back end as far as their side is concerned. So I don't know if they're trying to work on fixes or if they're trying to work on a rollback or how, what exactly is going on, other than I'm being told that they are feverishly working on it.
I mean, I can tell you as a software developer, a lot of that is going to depend on what other like how they bundled their updates. So if
Yep.
it was, my guess is hunch is either A, they didn't do it in a way, which again, like it would have to be, I would assume that they're doing software like version control where they're, deploying a patch. But if they batched other updates in there and they
Well,
didn't separate separated, like other back end updates, other things that could affect other parts of the game that weren't separated and they all just smashed it together, which not really great practice. Isn't there a way to test new things? Yeah, they really need it, like especially for this for racing specifically. There is no reason not to deploy this to a test. Like there is a dev and a test like server or version. Like you're right. Like this,
Yeah, they have to have a testing environment out there somewhere. I would think. I mean, they're a big company. I would think that that's something that they would do.
Now, what communications have you got from Upland that you can speak publicly on?
Not a lot. Not a lot that I can speak to, and not a lot that I can speak on. Other than the fact that I can relay the message that they are working on it, and that's pretty much as far as I've gotten. Um, yeah. So, what that means, I don't know. I know that, I trust the team. I trust that they are working on it. I trust that they have some idea of what's going to happen or how it's going to happen. I think, I know a lot of people are kind of boycotting racing right now.
As they should, honestly.
Right. I mean,
Like,
it honestly, if anybody's racing right now, it's a waste of UPX. It really is. Especially because now it's so easy to take advantage of. If I have one other driver with me and I can team up with somebody, I can hold the front of the track literally forever. Because if I take the left 2 lanes, they take the right 2 lanes, and we alternate between right, the left number. I guess it's the 3 lane. I call them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 3 lane is your center line. 2 is left center. 4 is right center, and then your outside lanes are 1 and 5.
yeah,
But if I can hold lane 1 and 2, and they can hold lane 4 and 5, and we alternate going into lane 3, going down the track, we can hold every driver. You can't. There's no way you can. It's like putting up a blockade, because every time you switch lanes, you're going to put them into a skid, and I can do it from way far away. I can literally from halfway around the track. We
that's
can
insane.
just run around and do it. And there's also a ghost glitch that's going on. So if I'm in lane 2 and I am just outside of a turn, if I hit my brakes, you will drive right through me. There's no collision. There's no anything. Um, yeah. So there's a lot of things going on right now. And like I said, if anybody's racing right now, they're really wasting optics, in my opinion. Um, so I think it's really going to cause problems when we come down to the Upland Racing Series, which is supposed to air next Friday. Um, for the championship finals. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know. I don't even know who's on the leaderboard at this point. So I'm hoping things will happen soon. I am confident that they will, and we'll be able to get back on the right track again.
That's the crazy thing. Without the announcement made by Dak in the server, I wouldn't have known anything about it. I would have been caught by surprise. And that's just when things like that happen in the game, Upland needs to communicate to the whole community and say, hey, here's the glitch, here's a glitch, here's what we're doing. We're trying to resolve it in X amount of time. It might take longer, but just make a statement. Just put something else so we can all hear it and understand it. It was just simple things like that.
Well, and it's, as a gamer, this information A, infuriates me, and B, concerns me, because if that kind of glitch was available in any other format, gaming would have been stopped, betting would have been stopped. Like, you have a new player who's coming in who knows nothing about it. Maybe they just bought their first car, they're finally getting into racing, and then they run into these issues and start losing UpX, and they don't even understand why. Like, and that's not being communicated. And again, I cannot stress enough, it is not the community's role to educate the player base. It is the game's role to educate its players. And so the fact that there hasn't been any sort of formal announcement, that they're continuing to let this go on for not just days, but now weeks, that's mind-blowing to me and makes me very hesitant to ever want to participate with any other stuff from that gamification layer. Like that, man, that's insane to me. Like, absolutely blows my mind. Yeah.
And I think I think the MPS, the consumables, kind of played a big role in what's going on as well, because I know that those things were brought down with the same patch. So I don't know how much the consumables had an influence or impact on what's happening with the glitches. I would assume that there would be something that is causing these problems in there. So again, I hope with all of my heart and soul that we are back up and running within a very short period of time, because it's something that I know. Speaking only for myself, I love doing it. I love doing the shows. I love doing the live racing.
Yeah.
I love calling the races. I'm an old guy. I don't have a lot of habits, but that's fun for me. And and even though I'm not racing myself, other than I do race on the side and I go into
What
other
I've
servers.
seen you on the
Yeah,
leaderboard.
yeah,
Don't act like you
so
ain't out there smoking
yeah,
some
yeah.
beers.
Well, of course, because it is by far, in my opinion, one of the funnest things to do in the game when it's working correctly. I like it better than treasure hunting, and I'm an avid treasure hunter. I've got, I don't know, 20 or 25 spark by treasure hunting. So,
Dang.
so I'm an avid treasure hunter. I love doing that too. But for me, it's all about the racing. So I'm hoping that I can, that we can get back to it here very quickly. And again, I just want to thank all of our sponsors this season. We had a lot of sponsors step up. We had a lot of people donate things that we can give away on our show. And it's very disappointing that we can't do that right now because the main part of our show is broken.
Yeah, no, that is, and you know what? It is a real shame because honestly, like I've really enjoyed watching racing evolve. Um, while I haven't raced myself, and honestly, the reason I don't race myself is because it would take like the people that are out there that are really doing it, and it's a credit to them. The more skill based it's become, the less likely I am to win. Like I
Yeah.
could win a random roll of the dice, 1 through 6. Like let's go. But honestly, like there's people that are dedicating it and putting in the effort, and I love to see it. It was finally like more entertaining to watch, and I know you and like the announcing that you're doing is fantastic and growing. Man, that sucks, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, let that shit happen to totems. Keep it out of the cars. Get the cars back on the track. Keep your glitches and crappy game development for totems. Jesus.
And yeah, don't get me started on totems because oh my god.
Did you
Oh,
nuke your totems?
no, I did not nuke them. They're still alive, but I had the ultimate freaking I don't know what the other day. 3 days ago, I fed a green totem. He's supposed to get 43.33 every 24 hours, and I I somehow missed the decimal point when I was entering
Oh
the
no.
amount and fed the poor guy 4,333 fucking protum and destroyed my entire freaking harvest for this season so far
Oh.
in one feeding. If I could have picked up that totem and thrown him out the fucking window, he would have been gone. Excuse my French.
Hey, Franklin Bomb. I didn't drop
Franklin bomb. It wasn't you.
Franklin Bomb.
So anyway, that's my take on totems for this cycle.
Oh man. I laid my totem in the driveway and ran it over. Well, too bad it ghost glitched and it didn't even hit it. So now what?
Right?
You just ran right through your totem.
Right?
Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
Well,
So anyway, but yeah, so as I said, we're not canceling the season yet. We're only postponing. I'm hoping that we get up and running here very soon and get back to racing because I'm excited to get back on the track. I'm excited to get these guys back on the track. Hey, City Pigeon, what's up? Sorry, I just saw him pop in. Chat.
No.
But yeah, so yeah, that's where we're standing right now.
yeah, hopefully it's fixed soon, and hopefully more public communication comes out from the Upland team about it, of what the issue is, what they're doing to solve it in a timeline. That's just what you need to do,
Yeah.
from a communication standpoint when there's an issue with your product.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, me personally, if it was me and I knew that all of those, I know there's been videos out there. City Pigeon has submitted a ton of videos of the glitches. I know that with all of the stuff that was coming in pretty much immediately after the update went through, to me that should have been a sign for a rollback right away and just say, oops, we made a mistake, we're sorry, hang on, we're going to roll it back to the last version for just a little while longer until we can get this finalized. But live and learn. Hopefully we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And And for you just wondering there, thank me later. Travis Kelce just caught a 15-yard pass, and Taylor Swift got excited and stood up and started cheering and stuff. So maybe they might not be breaking up on the 28th. So you'll be okay.
That's right.
All right, Mass. Thank you so much for the updates, and hopefully we'll be back on talking that the glitches are fixed, and you're coming back on to tell us how awesome this season's going.
I absolutely hope that we're doing that very, very soon, for sure.
All right, take care. We'll talk to you soon.
We'll see you guys.
All right. Move from stage.
Travis
Almost
Kelce up the middle. That's the video I would watch. Send me that video. Oh, you mean in the game? Gotcha.
up the.
What?
All right. I guess John from Next Word. I know we're dealing with time differences, so you might not make it this week. So we'll reschedule that one. Not a problem. Not a problem.
Really, you're gonna fill the next 30 minutes with what?
Looking into your beautiful eyes.
That got me. You win. You win.
Next World will have to wait for next week.
Next World next week. That's
or the week after. I'll work with John and figure something out. Not a problem.
It's all right. Complain about treasure hunting. Treasure hunting sucks. Next.
All right. Did we talk about they have the Haunted Halloween Plaza Challenge going on? You have till September 24th to decorate 52 Grove Street in San Francisco.
Love that.
The top designer will be displayed in the Halloween festivities, but you will also receive your very own customizable cafe.
Nice.
And a badge.
And a bag? I'll be back.
And a badge.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shout out. Upland finally got us our Genesis Week badges. Thank you.
Well, actually, every submission that successfully passes the quality assurance test will earn its creator a special badge. So all you have to do is click on the guidelines, download a Blender file, submit your designs, and you still have 19 days to do it, to get you a badge.
How much? All right. Somebody in the audience, how much UPX would I have to pay you to give me whatever I need to just submit so I can get this badge?
They're going to DQ you because they listen to this show and you just told them that you're not even designing it.
So you don't need, does it say you must design it yourself?
It doesn't. It does not.
You can pay a designer as long as you get the rights for it. Like I'm not a designer, but I'll pay somebody to design it. 350 to 400,000. Rodrigo, is that your offer? Are you going to make it for me? Can you make it for me? You're going to outsource
it? Your outsource will outsource.
All right, so I'll get you. If I give you 350,000, you get me whatever I need.
I think he needs $500,000.
Whoa.
Well, he's got to take his fee if he's outsourcing.
Well, actually, I'll do direct. Who wants? That's the bid. Anybody who do it for 300,000? 300,000 UPX. 5 million. I better effing win for 5 million. Lily, get out of here. 5 million.
And I've seen some people do some cool, spooky stuff with Blender. So this is going to be super interesting, and I'm excited to see what finally wins.
Let's talk Freaky Snipe getting sniped into Alcatraz. JK, who has time? I don't know. All the people that aren't racing or feeding their totems or doing treasure hunting. What else are you doing? Go make me a Blender file.
So by Freaky Snipe, are you talking Freaky Man or the Freaky Snipe? And there's got to be a fun, anyway. All right.
Anyway, what?
So as you're looking for your designer for your Halloween stuff, Freaky Man. Oh,
Freaky Man.
Freaky Man.
Freaky Man ended up in Alcatraz.
But RCP Cash is still running free, sniping people left and right.
Well, we don't know why. I mean, because sniping, they've made it pretty clear they don't care. Sniping is not a TOS breach.
But they use bots.
I don't understand what the complaint is. Like, that to me is a nonsense complaint. Like, oh, they buy things instantly. Who cares? Like, it was going to get bought very quickly. And yeah, it sucks that like one or two people, they have a bot that, okay. And does that affect your game? Are you sitting there hitting refresh, looking for the best, cheapest deal all day, and they just keep beating you to it? No. Are you mispricing your thing and mad because it insta sells? That was going to happen no matter what, because you weren't checking it as soon as you put it up anyway. So this nonsense about, oh, they bought it instantly. Nonsense. Knock it off. There's bigger problems. Have you raced lately? Like, I don't know. I have yet to hear a valid argument on why somebody who has an auto buy, like I set up auto buys for stock all the time. When a stock hits a certain price, it auto buys. I think, in fact, what Upland should do is build it into the game. They should go, hey, I want an auto buy. Here's my city. And if at any point anybody sells a property for under 10,000 UPX in San Francisco, I would like to purchase it. And I'm going to put $100,000 in my purchasing bank. Like, boop, there you go.
That's not a bad idea.
Like, there you go. Now everybody has their own purchase bot. Great. Go set up the parameters you want. Done.
But then what do you do for priority when a property hits 1 UPX or 5 UPX or 10 UPX? How do you prioritize?
There would just be a queue. Like, you would just rotate through a queue. Just like a purchasing queue. Like, and then after you purchase a property, then it goes like everybody
gets in line.
It's like you take a ticket number, like boop. Like, so you set your parameters and then it gives you a ticket. There you go. Everybody can have their own, and it's built into the game. And
yeah, but then, right now people just complain about a handful of people. If you did that, everybody would be messaging the person that hey, I misplaced that, I mispriced that, can you give it back to me, I made a mistake.
How is that any different? So again, that issue does not go away. You get rid of all sniper bots, you're still at the same freaking place, because those properties where you think that you're putting it for $5 but you put it for 5 UPX is going to sell before you realize your mistake. It's going to, because if you were thinking about it, you wouldn't have submitted it for 5 UPX. I don't know.
I mean, Freaky Man has been insanely profitable over the years too. He buys them and then he turns around and sells them for the floor, and it's turned out to about 70K. Swirly's right there, but
how is that for everybody else? But again, that's a nonsense argument.
Go
make your sniper bot. Go figure it out. He did. Go figure it out. Go build your own then.
Hire somebody on Fiverr.
Go hire somebody and do it. That is not and again, give everybody that power. Build it in. It should be part of the platform. If you need some filler, I'm happy to give away some map assets on community. Oh, hey, community. Nah, we could just make it quick. 250, call it a half episode. Call it 149. But yeah, honestly, you should be able to set buy thresholds, and then be able to put money into a brokerage account. And so I go, hey, here it is. I'm willing to buy any property, and then be able to select a collection. So if anybody sells a financial district below 100,000, I will auto buy it, and I'll put in 100,000. So you put your money into escrow, you set your buy parameters, and then in fact you should even be able to put up a buy order. Hey, here you go. I want to buy any San Francisco property. I'm going to buy up to 5 properties. Blah blah blah. I don't know. It's kind of why drugs are considered cheating in sport. No, not at all. I mean, that's a whole different thing. but you put your right foot in, you put your right foot, you shake it all about. What are we talking about? No, I mean, honestly, I think, well, on that perspective, Swarley, I also think I align with the comedian aspect of all drugs should be legal in sport. Let them steroid themselves into the next year. I want home runs every single hit. I want to see them on the football field hitting each other and exploding like NFL blitz. Like, I want to see Michael Phelps grow fins and just swim faster than a shark. Like, let's go. I think all of it should be legal. Let them do whatever the hell they want to compete.
LSD them. All right, JT.
Now, yeah, you're right. I mean, we have the Paralympics. Why not the psychedelic Olympics? I like it.
That would be very interesting.
Everybody has to take just a god amount of some sort of psychedelics and then compete. Now, I would watch that. Yes, there it is. Olympics, Paralympics, yes, that you would get me to watch that for sure. Although I was so completely unrelated. If you haven't been to WinStar Casino, they have a fantastic spa that I could literally talk about for hours. It's my new obsession. But while I was there, they have in the locker room, they have a bunch of like TVs, kind of like any like in all the sports stuff. But I got addicted to watching ACL, which is the American Cornhole League, and apparently there's professional cornhole.
Yes, there is.
And it was televised, which was ridiculous to watch these like grown men just competitively play cornhole. Yes, play cornhole. I was like, this is insane that this is televised and like it's regulated. What Rodrigo's like, what's cornhole? Google it. Google cornhole.
Oh, game. Put game after the word cornhole, or you might not like what you get.
No, Rodrigo would like what he got. That's why yeah, exactly. He's a dirty bird. What? Too stupid. What comedian should get invited to join next year's Genesis reunion? They can roast the players and the podcast hosts. Ooh. Dane Cook. Actually, Dane Cook's like a legit. I like Dane Cook.
Yeah.
We'll hate on Dane Cook. Dane Cook's a legit comedian. His story is actually kind of sad too. He got taken advantage of by, I think, his brother, who was his manager, who took all his money. Like, it kind of sucks. I was like, damn, that sucks. Who would you pick? Who would be your go-to?
That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Chris Rock's always funny. Dave Chappelle is always funny. But they don't really roast.
Oh, that's true. Like when you think of like the roast. I don't know. Yeah. I would do Dice Clay.
Dice Clay?
Get out of here. No. Ooh, gross. Dice Clay is gross. Dice Clay is the STD of comedians. It's like, ew, you don't want Dice Clay ever. I don't know. Matt Rife's new special was legit.
Yeah, I did like his new special too when he was doing just nothing but crowd work. That's where he excels at.
Yeah, no, that was solid. I would also, if you know, Two Bears, I think it's Two Bears, One Cave. I don't know what. So it's their names. Yeah,
but the dude that Van Wilder, I can't think of his name, and I've seen him like a bunch of times.
He could roast me.
Bert, there you go.
Bert Kreischer.
Yeah. And
oh man, I saw the other guy live, and why can't I think of his name? He's one of my favorite comedians. She's a bad roaster.
No, she's not a bad roaster. She's just dirty
bird. Or
Jeff Ross is the master.
Jeff Ross is a classic, but also Cummings. She's funny. Sarah Silverman. Sarah Silverman's freaking hilarious. Yeah. There you go.
All right.
What?
So I was going on to the next Upland thing.
Oh, Sam Jackson. Sam Jackson's not a comedian. Like, Sam Jackson doesn't have the... I wouldn't put anything past Sam Jackson.
That's
Plus,
true.
I feel like he would just kick your skull in if you didn't laugh.
Or you could always go with the childhood Adam Sandler humor.
Oh, I love Sandler humor, actually. What up, Kinder?
Yeah. So also right now they do have the Sizzle Season Burn event going on. So you need to burn one Sizzle creature block.
Are you just trying to piss me off? Is that You're like, hey, what else can I remind him that's going terribly, that was done terribly by Upland? Let's bring it up and see. I think they called it Sizzle because they're like, I bet his blood pressure is going to get so high that you could fry an egg on his forehead. Is that why they call it the Sizzle Season?
Yeah. So one of the Sizzle creature block explorers, they did the 4 different ones with the rarities and all that stuff, plus a medieval block explorer, along with owning a Sizzle map asset, and that gives you the ability to unlock the ultimate reward, which is the Sizzle mount cart. So they have a Sizzle cart. What are you doing?
What is that? Oh, is it the fan? There's like a weird sound happening in here. I can't figure out what it is. Apparently it's my fan.
What's going on with your fan?
Is that the fan? It's making like a weird knocking sound. I don't know. I might get decapitated by a fan at any point. Although that's kind of the story of my life. Just go out, get decapitated by a fan. That's how I want to die. Any of the fans listening, feel free to decapitate me. That's how I want to go. Decapitated by a fan.
At G Week.
At G Week. Actually, I can't announce it yet, and we're going to talk about it offline, but there might be a super special event that we need to plan for G Week next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Intrigued.
You might have to update one of your qualifications.
Okay.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. She's already agreed to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I need a month or 2 ahead of time, but yeah.
Well, now you have plenty of time.
Yep. I will register.
Beheaded by one of your podcast fans or a fan?
Oh, podcast fan.
Preferably with a fan. That would be a fan carrying a fan. Although that reminds me of one of my favorite lyrics from a Connor Price song. If you don't know Connor Price, go check Connor Price out. Amazing artist. He started at TikTok, but his stuff slaps. It says, no matter how hot I get, I'm never going to turn off or turn on a fan. That's what he said. No matter how hot I get, I'll never turn on a fan. And I was like, that's a smooth line. I like it. No matter how hot I get, I'll never turn on a fan. Boom.
There you go.
Yeah.
So over the weekend, we did host the 5th annual Upland Fantasy League draft. And we have all returning players, or actually, no.
Oh, NFTs new?
Terra. Yep. We brought Terra in. Non-fungible Terra. So this week we got myself going against Max Lifers, non-fungible Terra going against Nisharin, T. Davis versus Franklin Bombers, ThankMeLater and Boulder Magic, Theta Bull and Mars Utah, Denna Wolves and SC Kicker. Theta Bull is TM.
Shocker.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Nope. So you ended up drafting, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad draft.
Yeah, it was okay. Like, I saw how I end. I mean, I think, I feel good about my draft. No idea. I know nothing about it. At all.
Well, I mean, this year you knew 2 people's names on your team, so that's an improvement.
True. That is true. Those are actually like the only. I mean, I'm sure I know more sports people, but like, I don't think we need to draw this out anymore.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, I guess
No.
like we can just wrap this up.
All right. I am good with that this week. Short episode for episode 250.
250 in the books.
I will work with Next World and see when I can get them back on, and working on some other things. So.
Oh wait, hold on, wait. What about is neighborhood rating still a thing?
Yeah.
Who's gonna win this month? Who's going? Who are we? Who are getting behind? Rodrigo.
Waiting for Rock. He's pulling stuff up in the background.
Typing in. I see him furious.
He's doing stuff. Go.
That's not a place. Bronxdale.
That's Cheese's neighborhood.
Wait, I thought we were doing that for Halloween.
No, that's Creedmoor.
Oh, I always mix those up.
Or Belrose. So Creedfest 2024 started now through October. Creedmoor needs to win. Everyone come help us. So yes, if you watch this, Love Shackleton in the Creedmoor neighborhood, that's Halloween 24/7. They will be
so
October.
That's in September. Okay, so October. September, we're doing Bronxdale.
Yes.
So go buy a property in Bronxdale, decorate your property in Bronxdale, build a property in Bronxdale, get that happen. I need to go update my home address. And then next month, Creedmoor. How has Creedmoor not won? They got robbed last year.
It's a big neighborhood. And then where
Belrose
is the neighborhood, but Creedmoor is around the insane asylum or mental health hospital or whatever you want to call it. So it's in the surrounding neighborhood there.
Oh, I call it the crazy condominiums.
Okay.
No?
That works.
All right. Well, there you go. That's the update. So go support Bronxdale. Go support our grilled cheese. And then
cheese.
Yeah. And then next month it's Shaq.
And team.
Shaq and team, obviously. Always.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. You good now?
I mean, sure.
All right. Until next week, everybody be safe, have fun. We'll see you out there in the metaverse.
The UPX Podcast with the property expert. If it's happening in Upland, it's the place you want to check first. With your host who's stupid to win and thank me later. Bringing the strategy, news, and cool charts with all the data. This is Upland, where the metaverse goes down. Genesis, San Fran, to Rio, and all around. Don't miss a week, you never know what they'll say next. It's the Upland